Welcome to the first video of Russell's football history. Now you may be sitting there going, why is history important in football these days? All we care about at the moment is what the last result was, who are we playing next, who's injured, who's suspended, what managers are leaving, who's going to be the next manager, and literally who's going to win this, what's going to happen this season. But to understand where we are, you really do need to understand where you've come from. And that's at club level, player level, tournament level as well. Because we find ourselves in a strange time with football. And it's been like this for quite a while. And I really do feel that history really gets lost and people just repeat the same mistakes as they would do in world history. So it's not just football. And what this channel aims to provide is a guide to football history. I won't sit here and say that I know literally everything. But I've studied the game long enough, pretty much since age 5, to understand what happens today has come about through events from the past. Now, some of you might say, but yes, I know everything about the Premier League and the UEFA Champions League. But what tends to be obscured these days is there were tournaments before them. So, for example, with the Premier League, a lot of stats. I saw one the other day, the youngest players for each club in Premier League history. That was from 1992. Okay? I get it, you know, it's Premier League. But a lot of these clubs, almost every club, had, you know, came about in the late 1800s in English football. To disregard over 100 years of history, to package it as in youngest players in the Premier League, is just a prime example of why I've set up this channel. The UEFA Champions League is another one. I've just done my first book, Sleepwalking to a Super League, on the history of the European Champions Club Cup and the UEFA Champions League and how it is already and has been for so long turning into a Super League that we all protested against in 2021. One of the difficulties I found when writing the book was looking at appearances and finding the records. From the European Champions Club Cup era, we can think of great players like Franz Beckenbauer, who won it 3 times with Bayern Munich in the 70s. Johan Cruyff won it 3 times with Ajax, again in the 70s. But when I was looking at appearance lists, I couldn't see them. There were so many average players on those appearance lists. And why? Because they're in it every season. Most of them don't even have a league title to their name, and yet they've racked up 150, 200 Champions League appearances. So while we remember people like Cruyff and Beckenbauer, there's so many others who won multiple European Champions Club Cups, but just don't appear in any list, and they will be forgotten. Not by everyone, but by the majority. So that's what this channel aims to introduce. Just that bit of background, bit of context, how we got to where we are today. And my first video will be on Ruben Amorim and Manchester United and his sacking this week. Because, I've said this for a while, history is repeating itself at Manchester United. But what I will say is I'm not expecting everyone to watch this and 100% agree with me. That's not football. Nobody in football agrees with everybody else. And that's one of the beauties of football. The debate is brilliant. But this is to open up your mind a little bit and think, well, Christian's just said something there. That's me, Christian Russell. He's just said something. Oh, I'm going to go off and do my own research about it. Because honestly, if you just listen to the narrative these days, football is lost. I think we need to dig down a bit deeper, and obviously I aim to just give you that starting point. So as I say, my first video will be Manchester United and Ruben Amorim's sacking and how history is repeating itself at Manchester United.